Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychiatric Exile as we continue to count down my top 100 animated films of all time. This week, we're going to count down from number 40 to number 31. And as usual, just a reminder this is a completely subjective exercise. Feel free to comment on what are your own favorite movies or how you feel about the rankings in my list. So, first movie this week is number 40, The Secret of the Kills released by Cartoon Saloon, directed by Tom Moore back in 2009. Uh, I scored this movie as a 4 out of 5. And as usual with Cartoon Saloon movies, they have a very particular style. I happen to like it a lot. And in fact, out of the three movies that they released, their folk trilogy, I think this has the most beautiful artwork, and the music is spectacular too. Also, the story is willing to go to darker places than Song of the Sea or The Wolf Walkers, so I like that a lot too. Nothing bad or ugly about this one. Number 39, Atlantis, The Lost Continent, from Disney, directed by Gary Trousdale and Kirk Wise, released back in 2001. Another 4 out of 5 movie for me. The animation and the art and the animation in this movie are spectacular, and especially the first sequence and near the end, the final sequence, um, when the giants appear and then the chase and the battle. That's really amazing. I mean, unforgettable. Also, no songs, so that helps a lot when it comes to Disney. Although this week I'm going to be mentioning an exception later on. Nothing bad or ugly about this one. This is a good kick-ass movie, highly recommended. Even if you mainly watch anime, I think you will like this Disney movie. This is the one Disney movie that anime fans can watch confidently. Number 38, The Dark Crystal. Yeah, I'm cheating here a little bit. Uh, these are animatronics, so I'm including the movie in the list. Directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz, two legends of their respective genres, released by Henson Associates way back in 1982. 4 out of 5 for me. Great art. In fact, I had the opportunity to go to I think it's called the Museum of Puppetry Arts. It's in Atlanta, in Midtown, and they had an exhibit with the costumes and the puppets and some of the gadgets that they use for this movie. And when you see them in person, you really appreciate the level of detail that these people went into when making this film. I mean, uh, jaw dropping, really. Great world building, not great characterization, except for the Skeksis, maybe, but the two protagonists I found kind of on the weak side, but nothing really ugly about this movie. A true classic. Number 37, Royal Space Force, from the great studio Gainax, directed by Hiroyuki Yamaga, released back in 1987. Another 4 out of 5 for me. This is a serious reflection of war and human nature, with amazing artwork and nothing bad or ugly about it. Number 36, Jinro, the Wolf Brigade. Avoid the live version at all costs. Nowhere nearly as good as the animated version. The director here, and I like that director. He's directed some of my favorite movies, like I Saw the Devil and The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. But his Jinro was not great. But the director here is Hiroyuki Okiura, and he did do an amazing job with this movie. From the renowned production IG Studio, released back in 1999. with a story by Mamoru Oshii. You're already a couple of steps ahead of the pack if that's your source. Uh, Very good atmosphere. Nothing good, nothing bad or ugly about it. Love the artwork, love the tone, the atmosphere, and how they use the structure of a fairy tale in telling this very dark tale. Number 35, The Iron Giant, from Warner Brothers, directed by Brad Bird, released in 1999. It's a great movie. Great artwork, great characterization and story. How they incorporate the whole Cold War paranoia of the era in the movies is it's very very good. The final ending, I think I'm not sure. I think this is after the credits, but it feels a little bit like a cop out. Like they didn't want to make the little children cry and go home sad, so they turns out that everything is okay in the end. But I don't know. Your mileage may vary. I didn't care for that final ending. By final ending, I mean there's a first ending where apparently everything that's the end of the movie, and then you have a final ending that gives you a different sends you in a different direction. I didn't like that part, but nothing ugly about this movie. Number 34, and I think this is the last Disney movie in my list, Pinocchio, directed by Ben Sharpstein and Hamilton Lusk, from Disney, of course, released in 1940. This is the best Disney movie, in my opinion, certainly my favorite. This is Disney at the peak of their powers and telling a story that thankfully it doesn't have to do with a princess in peril and whatnot. It's more of a darker tale. Characterization of Pinocchio is unbelievable. Even the songs I like. This is the one movie where not only I can tolerate the songs, I actually enjoy them. I mean, the songs here are classic, really, really, really classic and classy. I didn't care for the rotoscope in this movie, but nothing really ugly about it. Number 33, Children Who Chase Lost Voices, from Makoto Shinkai, Studio Comics Wave, released in 2011. I really like when Makoto Shinkai leaves his comfort zone. You know how he makes the same movie over and over and over? But the two times where I think he left his comfort zone, which is here and his last one, Suzume, I think are his best. Um, the tone of this movie is very good. It's serious. It's somber. You feel like anything can happen at any time, and that's an achievement in itself. That's not easy to achieve. Nothing bad or ugly about this movie. Number 32, Spring and Chaos, directed by Shoji Kawamori from Group Tag, released in 1996. And this movie is incredible. The only thing that it has going on against it is that it's too short at 56 minutes. If they would have released, I don't know, a 90-minute movie and sustained the quality, this would be a whole level uh, up, like at 4.5, and who knows, maybe even higher. I mean, this movie is incredible. It's based on Kenji Miyazawa's life. He's the author of Night on the Galactic Railroad, and specifically how he searches for uh, how to live a meaningful life. Um, the art in this movie is great, especially when they show when he gets his flashes of inspiration. Those sequences are really memorable, and the music in this movie, especially that first sequence when he chases after the train, where his sister is. That I mean, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Uh, a true classic of Japanese anime and world animation, period. And number 31, last movie for the week, is Porco Rosso, directed by Hayao Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli, of course, 1992. 4 out of 5 for me. I like again that Miyazaki is doing something different here. The hero is a middle-aged character in search for redemption, especially for mistakes he might have made in his younger days. The art and the animation is spectacular. That first sequence with the all the babies on the plane moving at the same time, it's as the plane itself moves, that's an achievement. And nothing bad or ugly about this movie. So that's it. That's the 10 movies for this week. We'll continue next week with movies 30 to 21. I hope you guys have a great week. And as usual, thank you for your time and take care of yourselves. Bye.